Then we start to fill the ink to the printer. Before we fill the ink, we must get the ink from focus with 4 colors: black, cyan, yellow, magenta, and black. Please use the correct ink to the printer. The wrong ink will cause the print head problem, or no print, or easy to clog print head. So once we prepare the ink, then we go to the back side of the printer. We open the cover. We can see here have a 4 ink tank installed. Each ink tank have several half or 1/3 ink already filled, because the print head must fill with the ink for delivery. It's not absent, not absent the piezo print head. It's bubble jet print head. So we must be sure all the ink supply system is full with ink for delivery. But for prevent the ink shaking, leaking before delivery, during delivery, so we will not put too much ink inside. We just put a half or 1/3. So once you get the printer ready, you need to fill ink again to make it full. So first we fill the black ink. We open the black ink, the cover, and when we must open the tank. We fill the ink. Keep it full, 4/5 of the total volume. Once the balanced ink, we must close back to prevent the air and dust, and keep at wet position without sunshine. Then we close back the cover. We close it and then we loosen it. We must loosen it. Please remember, all the ink cover, we must loosen it. We must loosen, not tighten. If it's tightened, the air cannot go through, the pressure not go through, then the ink cannot go to the print head. So we must keep it loosened for each color. And if as here position have the switch, we must open the switch. Open all the switch of ink supply system. Switch at the bottom and loosen the ink tank cover. Then we close. And once it have the red light coming out, we must refill ink immediately. So this is very important. Anyway, we must be sure there have no air goes through the ink tank. We must keep all the ink tank with full of ink all the time. Then we go to the front side. We open the front cover, and here have switch between the print head and sub ink tank. Have 4 switch, 1, 2, 3, 4. Have 4 switch. So we must be sure all the switch is open like this. If we push down, it's closed. We must open it. And we double check the connection is good. And after we open it, we must use the finger to connect, to pinch the tuber a little bit to be sure the tuber is not bending. Because if you long time close the tuber, we make the tuber connect together with each other to make the ink cannot go through. So anytime we open the switch, we must double check to be sure the tuber is not closed, it's open for each. Double check all the connectors. Here are 4 connectors. 1, 2, 3, 4. All connectors must be closed, must be open before delivery, before printing. Double check. It's all are open. Yellow, magenta, cyan, black, all are open. Like this. If push down, it's closed. So please double check all the connectors. The switch we must be sure is open before delivery, before printing. Please remember, all the ink supply system switch must be open before printing. And there's no air inside the air tank, air sub-ink tank. If have air inside, we must find a cup and open the block and release the air. For example, here have bubble inside. Then we need to release the bubble before we print. Then we start to release the air for the printer, for the ink supply system. So before you print, you find they have bubbles, air bubbles like this. See, have bubbles like this. So we need to release the air before we power on the printer and print. So first, we find out the connectors, and we find out a paper cup. Then we open. First, we move up the tuber. We open the connectors. Then we reduce the air, the ink tuber. And we open the switch. See the air, the bubbles coming. All the bubbles coming. Once there's no any bubbles of the ink tuber, no bubbles coming out anymore, then we can close. Then we close the switch, and then we insert back connector. And then next the one. Then magenta. We do the same way. Be sure no bubbles coming out, then we close. We do all each color. Be sure there's no bubbles coming out. Then we close. Then the last one, black. Be sure there's no bubbles coming out, then we close. Then we put back the tuber at the bottom at the print head position, but not scratch the print head like this.